Yay. Do we think we're on?
It says redirecting.
Yay.
I think we are live.
Do we think we're on?
I think we're on. It says redirecting. Right. Oh, this is what I need to do now, don't I? I think we are.
We need to
I need
mute
to mute myself.
phone.
Live.
Do we think we're on?
I think we're on. It says redirect. Right. It's amazing how a year can pass and you forget how to do these things.
It went so fast.
How is that a year? Right. There we go. The Sunbird Crochet Podcast said, yes, you're on. So we are here. Hi.
Hi, everyone. It's been a year. And we are back. Well, you had a very busy year this year because I keep watching your the blog and every time there is something else, and right now you're in the midst of very exciting crochet along. So tell us about that.
Yes. How has it been a year since we've chatted? Like it's
Well, we
just
chat in
been
between. We chat all the time. It
we've
just
chatted, but like how's it been a year since we collab?
right.
And yes, the most exciting thing that's happened recently is
I was so proud of you. It's like it's such. I mean, half of me was very envious, but like I was so proud that you went
oh,
there.
it's just yes. So for those of you that don't know or don't follow my channel, I am obsessed with the British brand Toft. And I was very lucky to be invited to HQ earlier in the year, and we got to make Martin Bear. So Martin joined the menagerie, and yeah, it was just a crazy thing to go and plan and talk about what Martin was going to look like. He's a Tibetan blue bear. They've got this kind of it is a creamy color, but in certain lights it kind of like shimmers silver. Um, and yeah, I got turned into a kit, and I've got a patch.
I loved watching that whole process. It was like so amazing to see like everything from the idea to Carrie sketching it to
Yeah,
making
like
it.
the amount of work that goes into just creating something like that, it's just like, yeah, it was just phenomenal to be part of it and to see it. And yeah, so it's been a busy old year for me. But you, what do I spot that in the background? That
I
yellow,
had a
orange.
busy
Talk,
year.
talk to
Yeah.
me about designing.
So, okay, so it's like it's a little long story that I'm gonna give a very short version of. So, one of the first time we did the Humans of West Knits, I had this lady, one of the participants was from South Africa,
Yeah.
Yolene, and she has also a YouTube channel. And so she saw on one of my Instagram posts that I was going to Walk Knitting, and she said, "You have to go and meet Bridget from Cowgirl Blues because she's a South African dyer." So I went, I met Bridget, we became immediate friends, and she, at some point, like later, another year went by, she offered me to dye custom color for me for the channel. So she
Yeah.
did that, and I had those skeins. There was like 3 skeins that she did in different weights of yarn, and I had them on my desk for like few months, right? And then I'm
Yeah.
thinking I should just make her a gift with those skeins, just to show the appreciation of her dyeing it for me. So I improvised the shawl. And then I brought it to HH Americas this year and I gifted it to Bridget. And she said, "No, no, no, you cannot do that. You have to write a pattern because as soon as I'm going to put it on, everybody's going to ask me for a pattern." So I was like, "Oh, nobody's going to ask." And then the very next day, I'm coming to her booth and she has her shawl as a sampler. And every single person who comes into the booth goes, "And what is this pattern?" And she goes, "You see, you have to write it." So that's why I call this pattern Sweet Surrender, because I surrender to the world of design. So this shawl is the Sweet Surrender. And if you guys want to get it, it's on Ravelry. And it's
We'll
the,
put the link in the description box when
yeah.
we
So,
save this up later.
right. So the shawl was like designed basically specifically for the very beginners in lace, and it's both charted and written, so it's like it's perfect. I'm actually, as a matter of fact, teaching my very first class tomorrow in my knitting guild by using shawl as a example to explain the chart reading, because it's like perfect pattern to learn the chart reading.
Yeah.
And can you keep a secret? Like, don't tell anyone.
There's no one else here watching.
But next week, this thing is going to be my second design. And I call it instant glamour because it's a poncho that you can just throw on top of jeans and you make any outfit glamorous.
That's amazing.
But that's coming out next week. So that's...
And is that a poncho?
Yeah. And it's gradient color.
That's so cool. I love the colors that you've done with the shifting.
Yeah, it's and it's like, it's simple. It looks sophisticated, but it's actually simple lace. So it's you know, you just need a rectangle and then you sew it together and boom, you have yourself.
Give me secrets away.
You said you can keep secrets.
Katie is on and said that is amazing, and it's now on his to-do list, both the shawl and the poncho.
Oh, that would be so amazing. Katie, we should do the kits for it and do a knit along.
Katie.
After we're done with this knit along, we can do another knit along.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of people saying that that's a beautiful shawl in the comments. It's really nice. I'm getting back into it now. I've posted on YouTube, Instagram to say that we're here, and I've got my iPad so that I can.
Yeah,
you know, it comes flicking back. Like, how do we do this?
It's like riding a bike.
It is like riding a bike, yeah. So it's really nice to see people there commenting from around the world, people in America, people in the UK. Katie said, definitely, let's collaborate. So yes, I'll leave you to sort that out.
Right. We'll be in touch.
Chat color. Katie, I think the color in the shawl behind you is obviously screaming orange at you. So I think Irina's been subliminally channeling you.
So anywho, like this year, I'm actually stepping away from the blues a little bit, and somehow I'm gravitating towards purples and oranges. And so, talking of which, I'm having a dilemma, and you guys have to help me before our next meeting. So I decided that this is going to be my main color, and it shows a little brighter. It's actually like deep burgundy.
Nice.
The problem is I have an issue with choosing the second color for it. So one of the options was Kitty's color, and I think it would look beautiful. The second option is another dye that I like. It's called Woolen Women Fibers.
Nice.
And it's like green and grays, and it has, I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's even a little sparkle. And I thought that would go together. And then I was thinking that maybe just plain pink, but that sort of bores me a little bit. I feel like it's too pink for my liking. And then
wait till you see what I've got planned.
And then I was thinking maybe that. And I don't know if that's like... So let me know in the comments what you think. If you have a preference, that might not be all. As you can tell, I have a few more options on the background there. So it could also be like gray, but like this color definitely stays. So that's going to be like my definite color. And the second color is anything is possible kind of thing.
And see, I joked when I put the post on Instagram that it's kind of very much wait and see what Irina will choose, and will she change her colors all the way up to the final moment. And true to form, that's what looks like could happen.
So Sita suggests the first one, which is Kitty's color. And I'm sure Kitty wouldn't mind that. Kitty, do you like this combination? I just like, I felt it like I kept it for something special, but like...
Rather unhelpfully, you're getting a selection of the first one, the second one, the second one, the first one. So they're equally winning. Or there's another option for the first, another for the second. Katie says the second option with the silver grey was gorgeous. I think you're kind of 50-50 at the moment between
this or that.
I think my preference is the one you've got in your left hand. Yeah, that one.
Which one is my left?
That one. That one in your left, not my left. That one is your, yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, like I might don't hold me to that, but like I might
How are you
decide.
feeling about mohair? Does this make a
I'm
difference
actually,
to the alternate color?
I don't think so because I have every color of mohair on the planet, because this year I have been mohair daring everything. Like there, I made so many projects with adding mohair to that it's not even. So I might, and I actually might use some of. I have some of the cow blues mohair.
Okay.
Bridget did, and it's beautiful, beautiful addition to anything. So that might happen as well. And I also have been a little bit obsessed with this sparkly things.
Oh,
So that might happen as well. Like
see,
there
now
is.
that's what I need for one of my. Okay, so I haven't got. So I am Team Kit again. I have ordered a kit. However, I'm also going to buy yarn on the weekend from Nick from Cool Woolens, which is then going to live in my stash for like a fortnight. So I guess I can technically be Team Stash, maybe.
So hold on. Are you making one shawl or two shawls this time? Oh, because last
But
time we talked, you said it's going to be one.
I know, right? And I have two. So you've all seen the original one. This was Mark's last year. So I've finished that one. It's done. We've got fringing and everything. I am this close to casting off my second. My second one is crochet center, and it's nearly done. And these are my colors. I'm so happy. But I've got this much left on the binder, so that'll be done tonight. And then I didn't weave in Stephen, and I'm now regretting my life choices, and I've got ends everywhere. I didn't even sew in the crochet ends. I don't know why I didn't do it. But I am going to be two again because I have really enjoyed. Weirdly, I've enjoyed knitting the second one more. And you
Yeah,
know, like those stretch stitches and the dip stitches weirdly seem quicker the second time round.
yeah, I can see that.
But I put off knitting the second one because I got to the point I was like, oh, I've got to do that wingtip and that stretch yarn. I know, oh, and actually I started doing it and I was like, oh, it's actually a lot quicker than I remember. So I really enjoyed knitting it again. But I'm gonna knit one for definite, and I've got my colors. I'll show you on screen now. I don't have the yarn. I'm gonna get it on the weekend. I saw a kit that just sang to me, and you'll see why when I show you what the colors it is. But my plan, I think, is I'm going to make one, and I'm going to try and do what I did last year. I've got a couple of days off work. I'm going to have a nice long weekend to myself. I'm going to get going, and if I can finish it, I'll start the second one. But if not, like my second one now, I've taken over the last 12 months to do, and I've enjoyed it. I've done it at my own pace, so I'm quite happy. But if I don't like the shape of this year's for whatever reason, I'm going to use the yarn from the second kit and I'm going to do another Starflake because Starflake was my first MKAL. I did the brioche. I taught myself there's a hole here. There's a weird yarn over bit there. So I feel like I'm now a bit more confident with brioche, especially having done the mystery socks. When I made a mistake in the brioche, I laddered down. I watched Stephen's video. I got my crochet hook out and I picked up. I was very proud of myself. So I figure I'm going to make another Starflake. So I'm going to see. I've got yarn to make a second kit, but it may not be a second one of this year's Go Dynamo. It may be a second Starflake. So really, I'm just buying stash yarn and I'm just making one shawl. That's how Mark's really on board with this weirdly this year. And he justified it. But you can put them in your stash. It'll be fine. And I was like,
well, I have a great idea actually. Since you're going to the festival, why won't you bring this shawl and have everybody who comes to visit you put few loose ends in and make it a team project?
I love that idea. I just walk around with a needle and a pair of scissors, like, can you just sew in some ends for me, please?
Yeah, just leave it on the table, like, and say, sew some ends, help out.
That is a good. I'm staying in an Airbnb with Katie and Nick and Gemma, so I might try and like, guys, if I cook tea, what if you sew me some?
I'm sure they wouldn't mind. I'm sure somebody would
So,
volunteer.
you want to see? Do you want to see colors?
Yeah, please.
Um, this was Mark's suggestion because I'm usually team kit. I'm not very good at putting colors together. I just see what Steven's done and I go, I want that one. But Mark then said, when will it be finished? And I said, in theory, if I stay up to date, first, second week in November. And you went, well, you know what's coming out at the end of November? What movie's coming out? What could you do? You could get colors and then you could wear a shawl to the movie. And I was like, wicked.
Well, let's talk about you, Vicky. And if you guys haven't watched Martin's interview on my channel, it was like one of the early interviews. It was the first year I started Fiber Chats. And we talked about your love of Wicked even back then.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more, like what makes Wicked so special for you?
So I think I love the story of. So if you don't know, it's the story about how the witches from the Wizard of Oz, what happens before the Wicked Witch of the West became wicked. So it follows Elphaba, who's the green-skinned witch, and then obviously Glinda the Good, and they go back in time and they are in school, and it's how they get, and it's the story of the underdog, the outcast, how she becomes accepted. And I just really love the story and I really love the message. And the musical is just like chef's kiss. The end of Act One with Defying Gravity. I won't, no spoilers, but she flies and it's just like, it's amazing. I've seen it 48 times. Including 3 times in Germany in German, and I don't speak German. That was a fun trip. But now it's about going to see different actresses. So I now don't go all the time. If there's a new witch on, then I know I can go and see someone I've not seen before. It's different interpretation. How do they sing it? How do they act it? How do they tell the story? So the movie's coming out with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Extremely excited for the movie. So we're going to go because there's a line in there. Pink goes good with green and blowing up. They look a little bit more neon on the camera. The pink is a little bit subtler in that picture.
No,
But
that's gonna be really,
contrast,
yeah, that's gonna be a showstopper in its own.
yes. And then I've got corresponding fluff in a pink and a green. And then the good thing about how, like, with having dyer friends is you can ask them for advice. They're great with colors. And so then in the group chat with Katie, Nick and Gemma, they've convinced me that one of the colors for the fluff needs to be black. Because Elphaba, if you look at the colors of Elphaba, it's very dark greens, black, emerald green. So we've settled on going for the black Suri. I'm going to do Suri instead of mohair. Personally, I prefer Suri over mohair, but we're going to go for the black. And we figure that the black will go with the green. And then when you use that color, it will tone it down and make it a bit dirty and a bit muddy. And like, I'm super excited. So that's
Okay,
basically,
but what
that's my
color
main.
right, what will you use? So, and this is you making for yourself. Last
This
time,
one's for me.
first
Yes,
one for Mark.
exactly. And we've agreed, yeah, because he had his first last time, which was the one I finished.
Did you
So
decide on what you're gonna use for Marks? Like, are you gonna go totally open-minded, or are you looking for specific colors?
no, we have. Do you want to see now, or do you want to wait? So I bought a kit from Stephen and Penelope. So do you want to see the picture, or do you want to wait till it arrives?
Let's wait for that until it arrives.
Okay.
Can you just tell us who the dyer is from of the kit?
It is Westwall.
Oh, nice.
I looked at it. Some people will guess, I think, knowing what color choices I like. There's a kit in Bicycle that you just look at it and you're like, it's that one. And a few people messaged me actually went, did you get that one? I was like, yeah. Like they predicted it. So yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that for the next time when we show off your final color choice. My kit will arrive and I can show you what's in the box then from the with Stephen's kits. Let's do it then.
Well, if any of you guys by some strange mistake, don't follow us yet, subscribe to both of our channels. So it's Fiber Chats and Knit365 blog, because we're gonna do the same thing like we've done already. This is our third year together. So we're gonna do things on both channels. Sometimes it's gonna be live on Martin's channel. Sometimes it's gonna be Humans of West Knits on Zoom that I'm gonna be posting on my channel. So subscribe to both channels, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the Zooms and you don't miss the lives. We're gonna have some surprise guests. We might have some dyers that will interview. Heidi here is looking at you. Perhaps it's time you came back to Fiverr Chats and we caught up as well.
I've seen a sneak peek of Kitey's kit that he's doing for his version, and you will never guess it in a month of Sundays. So you absolutely need Kitey on Humans of West Knits, because it's, yeah.
And also I'm thinking, if there are other YouTubers out there who are participating in this year's MKAL, we would love to invite you to be our guests as well and share the excitement, and let's make this community even bigger and better.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
the next time we're planning to do it is going to be September 29th.
September 29th, yeah. So we're going to do the kit reveal. So I'll show you the kit that I've got from Stephen and Penelope, and maybe Irina's settled on some final colors.
You guys going to show us what you chose for the kits. So we're going to go and discuss the kits, and we're going to discuss what do we think the show might look like. If anybody has any ideas, maybe Stephen will drop some more clues along the way on his Instagram, on his YouTube, and we can make some guesses what techniques are going to be used.
Yeah.
Or what
we're going to do that on your channel. So it'll be on Zoom so everyone can join in. You can all participate. So rather than just be me and Irina chatting now and you're in the comments with us, you can actually join in on Zoom with us.
And we're going to put that link for the Zoom in the description of this video. So just that Zoom number and Zoom password is going to be recurrent. So just save it somewhere in your notes so you have it. And we're going to post the schedule for all the Humans of West Knits Zooms. So the Humans of West Knits Zoom is going to happen every Wednesday and Saturday after the start of the MKAL. So the first Humans after this 29th, it's going to be, wait, I forgot to say, we're going to have 2 cast-on parties like we did in the previous years.
Do the humans, we'll come back to the cast-ons.
Okay, so the humans are going to start, the first one we're going to have on the 29th of September. And then after the start of the knit along, we're going to have it on October 5th, 9th, 12th, 16th. We're going to miss 19th because I'm going to be at Rhinebeck. And Rhinebeck is almost as important as MKAL. So this is going to be one Saturday I'm skipping. And then it's going to be 23rd, 26th, 30th, and November 2nd. And we'll see, maybe we'll have some surprise guests for the closing of our MKAL. And again, you'll never know who is going to pop on Zoom. So please join all the Humans of West Knits Zooms. Share your projects with us, share your frustrations with us, ask for advice, give advice.
And for those people then that are maybe new here or discovering us now that don't know what the humans are, do you want to explain a little bit about what we get up to on the Humans of West Knits calls?
So the original idea came when I've been interviewing people on my channel for 3 years now. And one day I thought, well, everybody interviews the dyers and the designers, but nobody ever interviewed people who actually participate in this make along. And these people are the ones who make it so great and such a great event, right? So the first year I interviewed, I think it was like 60 people on my channel. There were like mini interviews of the participants. And last year we decided to make it a little different. So we organized Zooms. It's again, twice a week Zooms, where all of you can join and show your project, show your yarn choices, tell us a little bit about yourself. So we're all getting together and getting to know each other. Last year was so lovely. I got to meet and get to know so many brilliant people. And hopefully this year it's going to be even bigger and better.
Yeah. It's like the best online knitting meetup. Worldwide, there were people from so many different countries and so many different time zones. it was like a real community feel, wasn't it?
Right. And if you cannot join Zoom because, just because sometimes the time doesn't work, or maybe you're at work when the Zoom is happening, everything is going to be posted. All the Humans of Less Knits is going to be posted on Fiber Chats. So again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're not going to miss it. So you can watch it and join the next one. Like, don't feel like if you missed one Zoom, you cannot join. You can join at any time. You can join for 15 minutes or for the whole hour. It's always fun to see new faces.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
let's talk about the custom party.
Yeah, so cast on party. So we are going to do what we did last year. So Thursday, the 3rd of October is obviously when the pattern gets released. So we're going to do the cast on parties again, like we did last year. So we'll have 2 different Zooms. We'll host them on my channel, which will be at 6 p.m. UK time and 6 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully we cover a lot of the time zones around the world by going for those 2 dates. Irina and I will be on both of them. So I'll stay up later on the Thursday. And then I think last year, it was the only time I was ahead of you. I think maybe.
Yeah, but
It's not very often. You're so much quicker than I am, and I think I managed to get ahead of you for the first one, and then it all went downhill from there.
Well, the problem last year was that there was some rehearsed, like change of plans kind of action, and that set you behind a little
It
bit.
set
But
me back, but I was ahead.
you were ahead, yeah,
Started strong.
yeah, and
Yeah,
of
so
course,
we'll do the cast on, and that'll be brilliant because some people had the pattern from early in the morning UK time, and they were well through through the clue by the time we got to 6 p.m. UK time. Some people literally waited and cast on with us, and we just started. So whatever the shawl is going to bring this year, I think we'll do the same. And if there's brioche, we'll cheer each other on, and it'll be fine. Irina's the brioche expert, so if we get stuck, Irina will help us. She's still
we'll
to
get
convince me
through it.
that it's easier in continental with your left hand.
Well, the thing is, you have to remember that there is no deadline for this knit along. So even though the clues are being published every week, it's truly
Embrace your pace.
your pace. Embrace your pace. Even like if you can finish the clue that week, brilliant. If not, it doesn't matter, because if you don't want to spoilers, we always say spoiler alert when we show the progress. So you can just not watch us and follow the conversation. So make yourself a part of this event as much as you can, as often as you want, or whenever you can, basically.
Yeah,
And
and that's
go
it.
at
So
your own pace.
the cast on, you can go your pace. The cast on will be great. It'll be on the Thursday, the 2 different time zones. So come and join us, and then the rest of the month then will be the Humans of West Knits on Irina's channel, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Come and join, dip in and out, watch and catch up. As Irina said, they'll be recorded and posted on Irina's channel. And then I'm going to be doing Vlogtober throughout the rest of the month. So I'll typically be posting 2 or 3 videos a week, behind the scenes life stuff that Mark and I get on. We're going to go to the Knitting and Stitching show in Alexandra Palace as a little day out there, but I'm not sure what else I've got planned yet. We'll bake the Christmas cake, obviously, annual
I was about
tradition.
to ask, yeah.
There will definitely be a Christmas cake. I think I'm going to make slow gin this year as well. I'm going to get some slows and do some slow gin.
Okay, can you explain it to me who doesn't know what it is? What's a slow?
Slow is they're like, imagine a blueberry, but the size of a grape.
Okay, so it's a
That
type.
makes sense. It's just a fruit.
Okay,
And I'm making slow gin. You basically put the sloes in the gin and then leave it there, and it seeps. And then it kind of takes on the flavor of the sloes, and it's really, really lovely. It's like a really wintry drink.
does it
And
change
then,
the color?
yeah, it goes like a really dark purple color because it takes on the color. Then you basically strain it, add some sugar syrup to sweeten it a little bit. And it's really nice. And we made some a few years ago, and it didn't last very long at Christmas. So there's a few little like crafty things like that I've got planned that I want to try and do, as well as stay up to date with the shawl. I've got hats I want to make for the kids for Christmas. I need to do some non-shawl knitting. I've got a lot of things I need to do. I need to finish all my Martin Bears. I want to finish all those this month, though. I want to get all the Martin Bears done I've done my double knit.
How is that list of yours going? And for
It's a
those
list.
who don't know, you have to
It's a
go.
list. I set myself up a list of 16 things I wanted to get done before the MKAL started. I'm not sure I'm halfway through the list, but one of the things on the list was finish my MKAL #2. And it will be finished tonight. I just need to do the ends.
Oh, Katie volunteered for that.
Katie did, although he did say he's going to walk behind me and say, no, that's not how it's done. If I ask someone to help, I'm not sure that's not very teamy, is it?
We
I feel like,
consider that volunteering.
yeah, we'll see. But no, like the list, it was just these are things I'd like to get done by quick. A lot of them is like little Toft makes and things that if I don't like, I would have done 4 Martin bears by that time. So I can kind of replace the Toft things on the list with those. It's my list. I can kind of make up the rules.
I leave my rules.
Absolutely. Katie said as well, it twists and turns took him almost a full year. And that's it, right? So it's absolutely embrace your pace. I think when I did Slip Extravaganza, I managed to keep up to date. I finished it in the week, I think, of the last clue. Every others, I think I finished November, some of them are December. I think even last year with Marks, I think it was January when I finished it. And I'm fine with that. Like I really enjoy, I've been itching to cast on another shawl. Katie started another shawlography. No, Slip Extravaganza. And I see people starting like Tash, who you interviewed on your channel, who's running the prize draw. We'll pop the link below actually to Tash's prize draw and to Tash's video interview with Irina. Tash works at Toft, but is a prolific knitter and has just started another Starflake. And I'm like, I want to start a new shawl. And I'm like, no, I need to finish this because there's a new shawl coming, but I'm looking forward to getting going on something brand new. And
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I started my knit along for fiber chats of Shetland lace knit along back in January, and I still didn't finish mine. So there are some people who finished it and I haven't because I just been so busy with test knits and my designs. And you know what? Let me tell you, my respect for designers went through the roof after this process because oh my god, who knew it takes so much time and so much effort to put a like simple pattern together.
how do you actually, we can talk about this with you now. How do you start? So how did you start that? Do you start drawing or do you just start knitting and see what happened? Which came first?
I started knitting and then I was like, oh, I don't want to just do a single panel lace, so I want to break it a little and like I want to make it some, because I also had 2 different bases. So I had mohair and I had the same color in lace weight.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I want to combine it and I want to see how it's like 2 different textures would work there. And then this has been knitted by a friend of mine. So she used gradient. It goes from like this hot pink to oranges to yellow. And she put just matching colors of Suri alpaca. So it's like you can be your own designer for this show. You can use your own colors. So like just it's great for like, you know, those leftovers that you have from every project. You can use that with like any kind of mohair leftovers. And it's also great, like you can use it with lace weight, but you can also do it with fingering weights. So like this one, and if you guys been following me on Instagram, you probably saw Jorge Locatelli model it for me. So this one was done with fingering weight yarn. So you can do it with fingering or you can do it with lace. And it's like really, it doesn't have to be one color. It can be 10 different colors.
There needs to be a version of that with previous MKALs. That it's like this panel is the leftover yarn from Slip Extravaganza, and this panel's the leftover yarn from Shawlogger, and it can be MKALs through the years.
That's a great idea. I like that.
I've still got all my leftovers. Like I made socks with them one year. Linda was doing socks, and I think it was shawlography. I made socks for Mark. And every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to make more. And I'm like, I never, you know me, I love to start a project. I like the idea of researching it and passing it on. And then I don't really get very much further than this.
Well, I feel like watching your YouTube channel, that list sort of helps you hold yourself somewhat accountable.
Yeah.
Because you like every time you feel like doing something new, you're like, well, but it's not on the list. And everybody in your comments goes, but is it on the list, right?
Yeah. And I say to people, like, if you hear me talking about starting a new project, tell me no. Um, but yeah, it's
I
definitely because
must
I've
tell you
tried.
that
Go on.
you've been such a bad influence on me, because like ever since we started to collaborate, I don't think I've done a single project since then. Like it's always at least 2 to 3 that's on my needles now.
Good.
Actually, like loving it.
But I think like I keep saying, like for me, it's about having variety. So it's like if I've just come home from work or I'm late or I'm home from band and it's like 10 o'clock, but I'm a little bit awake because I haven't long got in and I want to knit something. I can't knit something that's like complex lace or color work or cables. So then it's about having like a little Toft amigurumi or a hat that's just simple knit stitch. And I think I like having multiple projects with different types of projects. So it's not as if I'm just a shawl knitter and I've got 8 shawls on the go. There are always different types of projects that are at a different stage because then I've got something that I can still craft. You know, my channel's the Knit365 channel. It's about doing a little bit of crafting every day, but I then have multiple projects to try and keep me interested. But it means that I can just sit down at 10 o'clock at night and just do 15 minutes and just put some rounds on a sock or some rounds on the body of a jumper. That's kind of how I justify starting lots of new projects. It's like, oh, I haven't really got a simple thing at the minute. I better start a sock or
Well, you know what I learned yesterday? I invited a friend over, and she's Roseanne Fleischauer. She's a knitwear and crochet designer. And she published a book last year called Cozy Coastal Knits. So it's good to have friends who experts in the field, right? So I invited her over for lunch, and she told me I know how to crochet, no basic stitches, but I never knew how to read the chart in crochet. And
okay.
and I'm great with charts and knitting. Like there is not a chart that can trip me basically. And that same cannot be said about crochet. Like the simplest chart trips me. So I invited her over for lunch, and over lunch she taught me how to read charts and crochet. So now I've been practicing my crochet skills.
Amazing. I really want this year to have a mix and match option like last year. And I don't think it's going to, because he said it's going to be similar to Starflake in terms of the way it's constructed. But I love that I put crochet in mine last year. I love the fact that we got to customize it after everything that happened. It was great to be able to put crochet in. And I like the fact that we've mixed a match. And I wonder if that's something that I know when we talked to Stephen at the end, he joined us and he was like, I'm not sure I'd ever design crochet again, but I'm glad it was an option. And he did crochet on his one. So there's a little bit of me. At some point, maybe we'll get some crochet designs from him.
It's
And then you'll
actually,
be fine now.
yeah, it's very in right now to combine crochet with knitting. So a lot of designers do both in the same project. So maybe.
I can't remember what the pattern is. And I don't know if anyone who's watching can remember, but there were some socks that I think it was either the end of last year or the beginning of this year. I kept seeing them everywhere on Instagram, and it's a standard, I think, a simple sock pattern, but it had like tiny granny squares
Oh,
that ran around the top, and then you knit off the back. So it was mixing the knit and the crochet, but you made these cute little granny squares that went around the ankle of the sock. It was brilliant.
yeah. Actually, you know what I'm doing in 10 days? I'm going to Toronto because Claudia Quintanilla from Unit Toronto, she invited me for her book signing. So she's about to publish her second book. It's called Memory Lane. And in that book, it's all about knits with like different kinds of embroidery and like flowers and everything. And there is one particular sweater that has, it's a knitted body and it's crocheted sleeves and crocheted neck. It's like
Oh,
brilliant.
nice.
So she sent me a kit for one of the sweaters in that book, and it's in mohair, like lace weight with like 1,000 beads. And I'm trying to think if I can, you know what's on my list right now? Just one thing, to try to finish that sweater in 10 days. So we'll see if that's
No way.
possible.
Have you done beads in shawls before?
I've done it, but like not extensively. Like I maybe done like couple projects with beads.
Yeah.
Very slow at that. And the beads are like, you can find beads all over my house, evenly spread. Like,
Ping.
yeah, they flying. So I'm like, I'm still a newbie at beads, but it's actually like makes such a difference look wise. It's really makes it beautiful.
Yeah, there was a lady who I did. So I'm doing a bear along, so people can come and just sit and chat with me while I'm crocheting my bear. There was a lady on this morning on the Zoom that I did who was crocheting, knitting a shawl with beads, and showed like the teeny tiny beads and the teeny tiny crochet hook. It's really easy. You just, and I'm like, oh, that's really small. I'm not sure I
Well,
can cope.
the hook that I'm using, it's 0.8 millimeter hook.
Yeah,
So
I
you
think
can't even see
that sounds familiar.
yeah, you can't even see the head of the hook. You just sort of have to trust that it's there, you know.
Yeah. Well, because I did this little mini Martin
Hello,
in
me Martin.
fine yarn on a 2 mil hook, and I hated it. Like
Okay.
so that's the standard double knit with a 3.5 mil hook, and that's on a 2 mil hook. And I was like, I really struggled. I didn't enjoy it. And there's people that make micro crochet, so I think that's mini crochet. And then there's micro crochet that would make it like half size again, but with like a 0.8 mil hook. And I take my hat off to people. Like I don't have the eyes or the patience to crochet that small. So absolutely, if you put beads in any project, that sounds
You know
like a
what?
good thing.
It's funny, like for me, maybe it's because I'm so new to crochet. Like I can knit with 1.5 millimeter needles without any problems. But like these tiny hooks, like I just can't see where to insert it. Like I can't see the stitches well. I don't know. It's not my thing either.
Oh yeah, you love because you do lots of Shetland lace, don't you? So
Right.
you
I do
love really
waste.
small needles and fine yarn. And yeah, I'm like, I contemplated joining in on the make along that you did, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure. I think I'd start it, and then I would just be like, this is really hard and it's really slow, and I'm not sure I'd keep up.
Well, I'll have to continue with it next year because like right now I'm busy until pretty much the end of this year. So I'll do the edging of that show next year in January.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds fun. Someone's just asked in the comments, or someone said in the comments that they use beads in every project for a period of time, that's great going. Well done. Katie said the socks are called grannies in a row socks. So if you were interested in that pattern, grannies in a row is the little tiny granny. Although he did say he just made the little grannies and didn't finish the socks. And Ian has asked, shouldn't I be using a 4 mil hook for the Aran and a 5 for the chunky? No, the Aran weight yarn that I'm using for my large is on a 5 mil hook. And that gives you, so that's the double knit size. There's an arm. So that's the Aran. And then the chunky is on an 8 mil hook.
Yeah, Henrique said that she just finished the equilibrium last week, which is the equilibrium is the shawl that I was doing knit along on my channel for Shetland.
Ah,
So I'm still behind most of the people who started with me. Like it's honestly, it's been a crazy busy year, and I loved every moment of it. But there's been a lot of projects in between.
but that's good. And you
Yeah,
started designing. That's really exciting.
yeah. So next time we're meeting on the 29th, and again,
Yes.
I'm gonna put the Zoom link under in the description of this video, so you guys can just take a quick like snapshot of it, so you have it because it's gonna be the same Zoom link for all the Human Southwest needs. So it's gonna be easier for you to find, and it's gonna be on the on the 29th we're doing it at the same at 12 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m.
Yes. So
Uh,
29th September, 5 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. Eastern. And as Irina said, the link will be the same. What time are we doing the humans?
I'm thinking the same time.
Same
So
time. So all the Zooms, all on
right.
Irina's channel, same link,
Unless
5
unless we're gonna
p.m.
have a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand, and then maybe I'll do some other time, like once every couple of weeks, so
Yeah, I
they
think
can
we did that.
join as
Just
well.
yeah, we alternated, didn't we? We definitely did one for the Southern Hemisphere. That's what I did this morning. So I did 7 a.m. this morning.
So if you guys are from Australia and New Zealand and you're planning to join Human Southwest Knits, please comment under this video or send DM to me, and I'll make sure that we have a couple meets that you can join and participate in this as well.
Yeah, so we'll pop the Zoom details to keep it clean. We'll pop all the Zoom details in this video. And then the cast on party will host on my channel. We'll share that on Instagram and on my channel later on. So keep an eye on Instagram for the cast on party. But for ease, all the Zoom details for Irina will be in the description box below.
Yeah, and then we'll also post like the full schedule.
Yes.
Boom.
We'll get on. We'll now we've agreed the time. We had a quick chat before this because we've both been really busy. So now we've got all the dates and the times. We'll put them out and we'll put it on social media. Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe it's been a year. And yeah, it's the best time. I'm like, loads of people in the comments are really saying excited and happy that it's MKAL season. And yeah, it's going to be so.
I'm so glad that a lot of people from last year joining us again. And if you are new to our channels, we are so happy that you found us and you're joining us. And Martin is almost at 10,000 subscribers. So let's push him over that 10K. It's like, it's a time.
Yeah.
Just click. It costs nothing.
If you're here or watching back and you don't follow my channel, I'm on, as we speak, 9,916.
Oh, please,
so,
let's all stop for a second and click that subscribe button.
So close. Go and click that subscribe button. You're here watching me, so hopefully you'll subscribe. But yeah, it's great. The community feel is like Stephen is he's my favorite designer. I love all the patterns that he does. I love a shawl. I started taking shawls to work again now because I'm wearing t-shirts, but I get a little bit chilly. So I'm sitting in the office with my shawls. I love a shawl. And then when we started doing this over the last few years, yeah, definitely, the community feel and the community vibe. And last year we all came together and it was such a good time for us to come together and all work on the project and share the excitement. So yeah, I'm really happy.
And there's always like some very useful tips and tricks that we learn from each other. So it's like one of my favorite parts as well. Like you always learn from somebody who participates.
It makes you realize that you're not on your own. And if you're struggling with a bit of the pattern, someone will be able to help you. And that was the great thing about the humans, is that someone go, mine looks like this. And oh yeah, mine looks like that as well. Keep going. And in 3 rows time, and that's the bit, because some people actually, we don't all have local yarn shops that you can go to for an in-person community meetup. So this is almost like the local yarn shop around the world where everyone's welcome to just bring your project, sit down and have a cup of tea. And the Zooms as well. If you want to join the Zooms and you're a bit nervous, there's no need for you to talk. There's no need for you to have your camera on. We're totally relaxed, totally fuss-free. So if you want to just come in and have a listen and just hear the conversations, you are welcome. If you want to put your camera on, great. If you want to have a chat, great. Get involved as much or as little as you want. There's no pressure. Absolutely fuss-free. So go at your own pace. And if you want to join us, we'd love to have you.
So next time when we're meeting on the 29th, it's going to be Zoom on Martin's channel. Please bring your yarn kits or your yarn choices. So we want to see we can see you next time. This time it's only the 2 of us, but next time we're going to see you. So please bring it, and we want to, and maybe I'll get an idea for the second color.
I'm fully expecting you to turn up next time, and you've got 2 options now, and there's going to be a 3rd and a 4th.
It could be.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting there to be different colors when you turn up, and that's fine, right? That's the fun. And as long as you know from the point, actually I was gonna say, as long as you know the point you cast on, but actually you could watch the video, skip to the end and see what the end of week 1 is then and go, yeah, actually I don't like that color. I need to decide that this year as well, because I think the last 2 years I've not skipped ahead. I've just started the video and seen where I'm going. Whereas I'm kind of thinking this year I might go all in, and I might just go straight to the end and go.
I think I might do it for the first clue at least, just to see that my color choice works.
And that's it, because you get a bit of validation. You know that you're happy, rather than you spend a day knitting, you get to the end and you're like, doesn't really work. I guess you could always swatch.
I'm
not doing that.
That term is not familiar to me.
I might swatch.
Even as a designer.
As a designer, you're meant to tell us to swatch. You're meant to be encouraging us to do that
I
properly.
actually even put it in the pattern. The gauge is not crucial for this particular pattern.
No, but I guess that's true, actually. If you've got the type of pattern, like you said, that you can alternate different weights of yarn as well,
Right.
actually, that sounds really good. But yeah, I think I'm going to swatch purely for the mohair or the suri, because in my head, I'm getting black to go with the green. And I think it's going to look great, but I kind of think I will just swatch it. But I do. Where did you get that sparkly thing? What's that spark? Can you show that again, please? Where did that come from?
That came from my local yarn store. I'll take a picture of I don't have the label on it, but I'll take a picture when I next time in the store and I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
But they have it like in gold and silver and white. There's like all different variations for that thing.
Heidi, I know you're salon. When I was talking about how do I make the pink glitter, and I went, can I not get Mark said, can you not get mohair with stellina? And I was like, no, I like we're trying to invent a new base. That makes the pink sparkly like Linda's dress.
It's like super skinny, so it doesn't change the gauge. So you just it and it's like blends in.
Okay, I think I might need to explore that, because I was trying to work out how do I make, instead of putting just pink fluff,
Right.
how do I make it sparkle so it's a bit like Glinda's dress, because she's got this bubble dress that's made of Swarovski crystals.
I'll get back to you on the brand. Yeah, I'll send you the label for it soon.
Yes, please. Thank you. And I can explore, and then yeah, I'm so excited for my Wicked Shawl. And I've got to finish it. So they've already brought the movie forward a week. Someone asked, what if they bring the deadline forward? I think it's now out on I think it's out on the 22nd, but I think they brought it forward a week. So I think it was like the 27th, 28th. So I basically got until mid-October, mid-November. So I've got like 2 weeks after the final clue to finish it. So
Totally doable.
it is totally doable. I've just got to actually sit down and knit and not play on Instagram and
You just need
mess around.
sabbatical.
I'm terrible. If I actually just sit down, it's like I'm binding this off. I could have finished this before tonight, but it's like 10 stitches Instagram, 10 stitches Twitter, 10. I'm terrible. I need like Mark to confiscate my phone and then give it back to me. Like, you do an hours of knitting, 1 hour knitting, 10 minutes Instagram. I kind of feel like I need a bit more.
And if you guys on Instagram, Martin is Welsh Tanner and I'm Fiber Chats everywhere. So we post a lot about like all the announcements and everything on Instagram as well. So just follow us there.
Yeah.
And are we going to use some hashtag this year?
Yes, I was trying to work out what hashtag. Last year, I don't think we did a special one, but I think the year before, did we do Fiber365?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Fiber365 MKAL?
Yes, Fiber365 MKAL, Fiber FIBER. We'll post them in. I'm going to put a lot in the description box below the video afterwards. So this will go, because we're live. It'll just go straight up and it'll be public. So if you do want any of the information, give me 10 minutes to go in and type all the bits in, and then save the update. But the video will go straight. People will be able to watch it straight away.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah. So we're gonna be ready for next time. Let's you guys plan your colors, get your kits, and join us next time on Zoom and show us your choices, and we'll decide.
Yes, and we will be back. So let's just remind everyone, we will be back on Sunday, the 29th of September at 5 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, on Zoom, on the Fiber Chats channel.
On your channel. No, on my channel. Yeah,
on
that's
your channel.
My channel. You see, that's why you have to read the notes, because you're confused also.
On your channel, but I'm going to type it up and we'll post it on Instagram as a collab post. So it'll be on both of our grids, so you can get all the dates and the times. Yeah. I'm so excited. So nice to see you.
So good to see you, and so nice to chat with all you guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, I can't wait. Best time of the year. Knitters Christmas, as we say.
Okay, till next time.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.